Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the global registrants. We hope you are all safe and healthy. Welcome you to your social distancing radar webinar from JK Technosoft today. I am Basudev, based in Bracknell in England. Along with me, I have got Ankur Gupta, our technical architect, the person behind this idea, and he is based in Noida in India. As we see that business uncertainties are ravaging us and we are turning more towards technology to find a solution to continue our business. Social Distancing Radar is one such initiative from JK Technosoft to help businesses like the manufacturing, warehousing, distribution, operations, or in segments like hospitality, like the restaurants and the pubs, or in places where multiple persons can meet in office canteens and common places to enforce compliance and enable effective track and trace quickly. Now let me tell you about JK Technosoft. JK Technosoft is a part of the 100-year-old JK Group. In fact, we can proudly say they are the fathers of all the Indian businesses. With such a strong legacy of business, we have seen the First World War, we have seen the Spanish flu, we have seen the downturn of 1929, the Second World War, the partition and the great exodus of 1947, the financial meltdown of 2009, and the current pandemic. We assure our clients, partners, prospects that we have seen it all and we have the capability to help our ecosystem to overcome this. As Sir Moore says, tomorrow will be a better day, and we believe in it. JK Technosoft, or JKT as we call it, is a global company headquartered in Noida in India, which is near Delhi. In UK, we are based out of Bracknell, Berkshire. In Europe, we operate out of Hague in the Netherlands. In US, we have got two offices in New York and Houston. And we have got our software centers in India. They are based in Noida, they are based in Bangalore and in Hyderabad. JK Technosoft is not only an ACI CMM Level 5 certified company, we are also the best practice representative in automation by the British Parliamentary Review Committee in 2017 and 18. Along with that, we are also the finalists for the Digital UK Awards for 2 consecutive years, 2018-2019. So whatever we do, we assure our products are of class and quality. Let us have a look at what does this situation we are in. Economic impact is quite grim, wiping out our jobs, reducing our GDP. It is in this effort to regain normalcy that we conceived the idea of social distancing radar to help and monitor in an automated way social distance in the affected areas like the manufacturing segment, the warehouse, and the distribution, also in the hospitality segments like the pubs and the restaurants. As we know, that all the governing bodies are giving us simple advice to help ourselves out of this pandemic is that we wash our hands, we wear our mask, and we keep a social. It is at this social distance that we tend to miss sometimes the compliance. Many a times I myself have realized in front of a superstore that I've forgotten my. Sure, I'm not the only one. So my question, Ankur, how do you look at solving the problem?
Thank you, Vasudev. Hi, everyone. This is Ankur Gupta. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Ankur?
I'm a technical architect. Yes, we can. I'm a good technical architect in JK Technosoft. I lead
Hello?
the digital and innovation space here. I welcome you all in the social distancing radar webinar
Ankur?
today.
Are you audible?
Yes, I am.
I
Hello.
think we are having some problem with the.
See, we have got the comments that people can hear both of us, right?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. So Vasudev, as you have rightly mentioned about the how to solve the problem, if you see, there are not just these four recommendations that you have mentioned here from the World Health Organizations or Gartner recommendation. If you go further down, there are a few more. For example, a no visitor policy. You know, this is quite common nowadays. Um, Trace the person and if the associated contact, if someone is identified as COVID. Now, this is the major pain area. If you see, uh, it is means I've spoken to customers, authorities across the globe, all wherever possible, and the major point for them is it is easy to get a person tested and being identified as COVID positive or negative, but it is really hard, and there's a big pain involved when it comes to trace the person or the contacts with or the people who have come in the close contact with that particular person. Now, is there a way, is there a platform that can help? The simple answer is no. But luckily, we have a provision here in social distancing radar where contact tracing problem can be solved very easily. I will discuss that later in the presentation, how it is being done and how social distancing radar comes up with a solution that can solve this particular problem. The next issue or the next recommendation, if you see, is a work from home. Now, this is not a new thing. Working from home, working flexible working hours or rotational shift. Vasudev, these things were, existed before the COVID pandemic. But looking at the current pandemic, these has become the face of new normal nowadays. Last but not the least, regular monitoring and force employees to maintain social distancing within the premises. This is the major pain area. And if I put it correctly, social distancing radar language. So this is the main USP of SDR. See, having a social regular monitoring is not something new. That is already there in the ecosystems or in the infrastructure, across the globe. Every organizations, manufacturing unit, retail, etc., have established, existing surveillance system, which is nothing but a network of CCTV and CCTV footage, etc. But having it doing utilizing it for the monitoring purpose, especially in these pandemic situation, would be a big pain because you always need a manual effort. You need a dedicated staff who will sit behind the monitors and keep on monitoring whatever feed is able to provide or produce. Okay, there's no automation in that. That's where social distancing radar comes into the picture. When I say social distancing radar, there are plethora of features available in this particular platform, but on a very high level, there are four major areas which customers and organizations are actually interested to know how social distancing radar can actually help in terms of maintaining the social distancing, at the same time not investing too much here on this. So as I said, easy to plug with any existing surveillance system. Yes, we have tested it, and almost all the security surveillance system, standard security surveillance system, which are available in market. SDR can easily plug with any existing system or is the existing building management system. Um, it can be easily deployed in any other eco environment. There's no additional cost. SDR supports all the standard streaming protocols because it is a metadata driven system. It can be easily deployed to any existing environment, and there's no huge investment involved in that just to host this particular platform. The second feature is automated intelligent monitoring. It comes with automated intelligent monitoring capabilities This is something the meaty part. Intelligent automated monitoring in the sense you don't need it actually eliminates the manual effort. You don't need dedicated person or a staff sitting behind the monitors or control room and monitoring the user movement, etc. System comes along with fully equipped sensing capabilities, uh, you know that will keep on monitoring, in the sense whatever feed is being produced or whatever recorded feed is available. At the same time, it will detect the social distancing violation based on the configuration. It is completely metadata driven system, so you can define the definition of your own social distancing, be it 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, or whatever. You don't need to deploy anything, redeploy anything. Everything can be done through hot deployment, etc. That this comes along with the admin dashboard to do such activities. Then it comes with the machine learning capabilities that takes care of the workflow, the automated workflow, in machine learning language, if I say. Because it not just keep on monitoring, detecting, and raising the alarm, but it at the same time it keeps on sending the data and notifying the authorities so that they can take action accordingly. And believe me, there is zero effort involved in that. Last but not the least, a broadcast AI driven feed. So just like any standard SDR feed, the system can produce the artificial intelligence feed, which can be later on sent back to the original source where it came, and if needed, organizations can use their existing client interface to see the monitoring. So in a nutshell, Vasudev, if I say, social distancing radar empowers organization, who's looking to jumpstart their business, the business which was very, very, very badly affected because of the COVID
Right.
pandemic over the last 6 to 9 months, right? Through a
Yes.
automated monitoring system, and that ensures the compliance as well, right?
Excellent. Excellent. So, Ankur, what is the process of social distancing radar?
Sure. See, the process is where, if I say process, the process is fairly easy here. It all starts with the deployment. As I mentioned earlier, it is a quick and easy deployment and can be done remotely if needed in person. But looking at current scenarios, remote deployment is an unanimous choice, isn't it? Second, integration with the existing in-house security surveillance system for the live camera feed. If the live camera feed is not available, just like we have seen during the course of the research and development of social distancing radar, we have often seen the camera feeds are are not IP enabled. That means the cameras does not have Wi-Fi access. The old version of surveillance system, what they do is they keep on recording and keep on dumping these recording feeds to a dedicated space on the server. So that can also be integrated. Machine learning will be involved using those over standard protocols. Third step is applied intelligence. When I say applied intelligence, it's all about machine learning, the tools and the stack which is responsible to monitor in the sense, in a feed you can say you have multiple moving objects such as human, pets, cars, bikes, automobiles, etc. So you have to identify which particular object is of your interest. All that stuff is being intelligently identified. Then a 3D modeling, which will responsible to actually keep on sensing the information, sensing in the information such as per the guidelines. When you or someone else, if passes by and you don't stop, you just cross across, that does not mean that you get COVID affected. It requires minimum to minimum 3 seconds for you to get infected with a virus if you have came in close contact with someone who is already COVID positive. So that sort of configuration is there if needed. Organizations or staff, people based on their business rules or compliance, they can go ahead and make changes. Again, no hard deployment. Everything can be done through seamless integration protocols. Automated monitoring, that's the meaty part, as I said earlier. apply compliance based on the organization and the domain. There are different types of compliance. Like I'll give you one example. Sometimes you do not have permission to take everything out from your infrastructure. You have to keep everything within the infrastructure, because of the data boundaries, etc. So all those sort of compliance can be handled is being handled in the SDR. It's just a matter of configuration. Second one is system is able to detect the type of social distancing violation. This is something very important. When it comes to social distancing violation, people often talk about if two people came in close contact and they violated the norms. No, group violation is the second one, right? And the third one, which is very less talked, and you mentioned earlier, Basudev, wearing a mask or not. This is very important.
Yes.
If you are not wearing a mask and if you are outside your home or visiting some supermarket, etc., this is again a violation of social distancing norms, right? So this has also gets detected, facial recognition, who the person was involved, you know, who all person involved in doing that violations, mass detection, etc. These are few things, which SDR can detect and send back to the respective parties, not as a false alarm, as I mentioned earlier, because it keep on sensing the feed, how long you were there and you have violated norms. In current scenario, it's for these 3 seconds, right? Last but not the least, contact tracing. This is very important when it comes to contact tracing. We talk about it like a person is identified as positive, but what about the others who came in close contact, Basu, right? How to identify, how to trace them? Is there a way, is there a system, is there a platform that enables you to do such activity? Social distancing radar has that feature, right? Because as I said, it is applicable to on-prem and outside solutions like restaurants, pubs, where you have public gathering. You do not have dedicated people are coming in, just like in workplaces, you have dedicated employees coming in. So you know who that person is, right? But when it comes to restaurants, pubs, and hotel industry or anywhere outside, where you see people coming from all possible areas and you don't have any mechanism to identify that person, so that also being addressed here by integrating with public safety platforms or the government bodies. System is capable enough to interact with those platforms, send out the details, and then later on as a feed, system can digest and let the admin and security staff know that these are the people involved, and there's a high possibility that this particular person is this, right? So all that features is somehow accommodated in the contact tracing feature.
Excellent, excellent. So,
Uh,
Ankur, so you are saying that in a nutshell that SDR, the social distancing radar, helps in identifying in non-compliant cases in a much more focused and a targeted way.
yes, 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 Vasudev. Social distancing radar, when we initially thought of having an automated intelligent monitoring system as a workflow setup, first thing that came into our table is the compliance, how we maintain the compliance, how we ensure nothing is going beyond it and everything within is set up within that particular boundary. So yes, we have kept a very close eye onto it while developing the entire solution, even keeping the compliance like GDPR, etc. We have kept it, we have configured it, and we have tested it with some of our partners to see how it goes and how much benefit this can come to bring to the table. While organization can focus on their day-to-day activities, their productivity, their working at style, and distancing violation and etc. They can rely on this particular tool. So yeah, that's pretty much there.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay, without further ado, let me take you through the social distancing radar architecture that will explain the capability of the platform in a much broader way. So here it is. This is the social distancing radar architecture. In a very high level, it looks like a traditional application or platform solution. But if you see on a very high level, if I take you step by step and explain what are the features and what these components can do, that will make more interesting. So we have a front end which can have multiple instances. Again, configurationable. You can define the number of config instances that you need for the front end. Totally depends upon how much traffic which is coming in. Then you have a strong dedicated backend API engine, which is actually responsible for integrating with the integration adapter. That is responsible for talking to external party systems like public safety platforms, ERP systems, etc. It has the data storage and the file server. Data storage is actually responsible for holding the metadata, all the configuration. At the same time, the master data and the transaction data, the total number of violations, etc. All those records will be handled in the data storage. Along with that, file server is responsible for holding out the evidences and the details that is being captured along with the data. For example, the proof of social distancing violation as a screenshot or a picture, etc. Those will be kept here in the file server. Then it comes to artificial intelligence, which is a heart of the social distancing radar. Actually, it is responsible for doing all the magic that you can think of, right from the beginning of automated monitoring. Before automated monitoring, it will keep on thinking and digesting the data in the form of CCTV feed over RTSP protocol or other standard protocols, and then apply intelligence on top of it. Once the intelligence being applied, all the features deployed, we have a pre-trained data model to detect all that stuff. Once that is done, artificial intelligence is start doing the prediction and recommendation and detection, whatever you call it, and then keep on sending the alerts and notification to the relevant parties. Along with that, social distancing radar comes with some other features like add-on features like logs, email services, security, configuration. Here, configuration has a major role to play, I must say. Configuration is actually responsible for driving the entire system. So all that you see, multiple instances, single instances, data storage, file storage, multiple instances of artificial intelligence, all that stuff, whatever you see is all configured and controlled in the configuration layer. So that's the social distancing architecture, gentlemen. Let me take you to the demo, the small demo that we have prepared here we have purposely sanitize it for the demo purpose. It will showcase some of the capabilities of social distancing radar that will give you a sense or a hint of what this platform can do and how this platform can do. Thank you. So it comes with a login screen. It's a role-based access. So what I'm showing you right now is a admin login screen. This is a dashboard that will show you the total violations last 24 hours, etc. It has the details of total violations has happened or since when this has been deployed. Total violations in 24 hours. If I go further up, this particular chart is actually responsible for total number of violations. This is the matrix where you see, and these are the live. This is the AI driven feed, which will tell you if the people are violating the social distancing norms. The number of cameras are available. These are all configuration. These are the total violation norms. Total violations has happened. If you click on anything, any particular record, it will give you detail like employee ID, name of the employee, type of violations, location where it has happened, date and time, etc. So all that details can be captured here. Apologies for the slow internet because it took a lot of time to actually load the picture since everything is coming from the cloud. Last 24 hours, 146 group violation is 0 as of now. You see the violation has increased 146. Now this is the contact tracing where you can specify the name of the person who you want to search and then click on the search button and it will give you the details, not only that person, but the person associated while violating the norm. So that you can see over here. If needed, if configured and needed, system can send out these data to the public platforms so that authorities outside can be alerted. So this is the email that you receive. This is social distancing alert distancing violation happen. The email contains a body which tells like who all were involved, and the screenshot again, the one that you shown see on the page on the application side. There you go. The name of the people, employee ID, etc. And if you click on the attachment, you'll get to see the actual picture where the violation has happened. So all that stuff can be maintained and handled. That's the small video of social distancing radar that we have prepared for the demo. Basu, thank you.
Excellent.
Now, when it comes to the technical stack, so as you can see in the bottom, everything is open source. Customers or organization don't need to pay a single penny in order to construct social distancing radar. Everything is open source. Right from the beginning, AngularJS is being used from the front end side. The skin part of the front end is handled via HTML5 layer. It's a responsive web. It's handled through Bootstrap. Node.js is working on the backend part along with Python, which is actually responsible for integration. Apart from that, OpenCV, TensorFlow, Keras, Detectron, Scikit-learn, Matplotlib, Cocoa framework, and Flask, all these pieces are actually responsible for constructing the AI layer of the solution. Excuse me. System is capable enough to interact with the MongoDB if it is an on-prem solution or implementation, or if it is a cloud, it can interact with Mongoose as well. Thank you.
Okay, so Ankur, the open basically allows you to get rid of the license issues, and then you can also modify the code to suit any kind of a need.
Yes, definitely. This all we have kept it on the public GitHub library, so the coding contribution is always welcome.
Excellent. And this is the mode of engagement. Carry on.
Yes, Vasudev. So the model of engagement of from a JKT point of view, if you see, we offer no obligation assessment of any existing infrastructure if social distancing radar is identified as a partner COVID partner solution. We helps in the deployment and setting up with existing surveillance system. So if you see in a nutshell, all these parameters are actually falling as in a one word, if I say training, right? So no obligation in the assessment, helping in deployment and setting up with the existing infrastructure. We only need access, right? If we get hold of the access of the relevant interfaces and applications such as CCTV feeds, etc., we don't need anything. Continuous monitoring of the workers, yes, workers, employers, guests who are coming in your pubs, restaurants, hotels, etc. Work with live and recorded feeds. As I said earlier, SDR is capable enough to actually digest and process the feed, which is live or recorded both. Um, the last but not the least, SDR connect with the external system for the facial recognition. It has its own capability. If I take one a few moments from your time, like if it is an on-prem solution, so SDR can always get the details from the Active Directory of the any organization when it comes to close working or of offices, etc. But when it comes to public domain, yes, it can interact with the public safety stuff or public safety organizations which holds such information. So yes, all that details can be sent across to external party interfaces.
Excellent, Ankur. And can you clarify if thing can be set up remotely?
Yes, indeed. As looking at the current scenarios in on-prem or visit to a customer's place or in you doing such activities is a hazardous job, and it's not recommended as well, right? So that's the reason why we have designed in such a way that it can be done remotely without investing too much.
So here also you maintain the social distance.
Yes, it is.
Good.
I think we have completed the presentation. Now we are open for the question and answer. Thank you. Oh my goodness, there's a plethora of questions are coming in. Okay. So the first question that I see, the gentleman asked for, what what type of cameras are needed in order to do the social distancing monitoring through for social distancing radar? No, sir, as I mentioned earlier, this social distancing radar system can integrate with any existing surveillance system. You don't need to invest money in buying, new cameras or new set of cameras to accommodate social distancing radar. It can read the feed, whatever and whichever format it is. Thank you. Okay. Second question is, the lady is asking for how we are able to identify the person, within the frame. So, ma'am, as I said earlier, social distancing radar is able to identify human objects, okay, out of the present whatever objects are coming in the geographical frame, whatever camera is able to record. Yeah, to do that, yes, we are using an open source library called Detectron, which is able to do that. Thank you. Okay, so there is a third question. How we are maintaining the security? Okay, security is a major concern nowadays, sir. As you look at the applications around the globe, the major concern is the security. So yes, social distancing radar is capable enough to comply with the security protocol, standard security protocols. Yes, we have tested it to using OAuth. We have tested it using SAML. All those features are equipped, tested, and as I said, purely configurable. So whatever configuration you do in the backend can handle such requirements. Okay. There's another question coming in that talks about what is the minimum hardware requirement to accommodate the social distancing radar software? So not exactly, I don't know what you're looking for, but as I said, it is not a very heavy system where you need too much expensive infrastructure, where you need to invest too much money in the infrastructure. What we need is a machine with minimum 16 GB RAM, maybe a processor of i5 8th generation. Yeah, but to process to train the model or doing such thing, we would definitely need GPU with 4 GB minimum. That's it. Okay. There's another question. There's another question. How we are integrating with the external systems as well as the alert notification. Is there a push mechanism available? Yes, push mechanism available, but via web push hookup channels. So as I mentioned in the solution diagram, what we have as a client interface is a responsive web, or you can say an omni channel. So application can be seen or accessed via tablets, iPad, phone, and your desktop or a laptop browsers. So yeah, based on the IP, etc., the notification can be sent across to a particular browser. There's no mobile application as such, but it can be packaged. Okay. Is it offline capable? No, it is not offline capable. It will purely work on the online mode. Okay. The last question of the day is, what is the use of TensorFlow? Okay. So Keras, TensorFlow, and Detectron and Matplot that you have seen, that is what we are using here. And the model that we use for the implementation is the COCO model, COCO detection model. Whereas Keras is actually responsible for creating the boundary box. If you have seen the demo around the person object, we have created the boundary box, and by default it is of a green color, but as soon as you came in close contact, it turns red. and it'll start giving you the warning that you need to maintain social distancing. Yeah, fair enough. I think we are okay. Thank you, everyone. This is Ankur Gupta and Basudev signing off from now.
Thank you.
For any
Thank you,
other
everybody.
queries, please send out your queries and questions to marketing@jktech.com. Thank you.